Yo, how's it going, everyone? It is that time once again. We are back with the Dokkan early stream. Hope you are all doing well. It is a Thursday morning here for me now. Bringer, Lucky Goat, Sparkman, how are you guys doing today? So, annoyingly, it seems that all of the stuff that I thought was coming out this morning is coming out tomorrow. I said last night on the stream we'd be doing the Million Arena reset thing, the finals, but that's tomorrow morning. But that's fine, we'll just be chilling. I got to be a bit of a shorter stream today. I've got something I need to do quite early this morning, which means I have to end the stream a little bit earlier than usual, but we'll just be chilling, getting our dailies done, talking about this global Dokkan campaign countdown. Still very strange to me that the countdown campaign started as early as it did. You know, I said before in the video the other day, like, we've got the normal countdown campaigns, when normally it's just for the anniversary, although I think they have done them for the worldwide before, but it's usually just for the anniversary. It's normally 7 days, and you get like the special loading screen wallpapers that say like 7 days to go, 6 days to go. And then for the 10th anniversary, they did a 10-day countdown, which, you know, makes sense considering Big 10. But yeah, I don't think they've ever done a countdown campaign that lasted for 2 weeks. Oh damn, nice. 2 level 10 links for Vegeta Jr. I'll take those. So yeah, pretty lengthy countdown campaign, but we've got a lot of interesting stuff involved in it. I mean, Arena got extended until Sunday, right? Oh yeah, that's because yeah, I remember now, because there was a bug, wasn't there, or like an issue, so like people weren't getting some of the people that should have got the tickets for the semi-final didn't get the tickets, so they've extended it and like delayed the final thing. Well, that's inconvenient. I got almost no stones, and as I'm nearing 8 million power level, I'm gonna slow down on link leveling. I'm gonna set my July goal of 1,000 max links units. Damn, 1,000. Also, when you say almost got no stones, didn't you? I thought you had over 1,000. And we did the last stone check. Or do you mean like you've barely got any that you're willing to spend? I have 1,100 stones. I'm so tempted to do the 100 stone summon on the Radiant banner. Yeah, man, it sucks because like I really want the special equips, probably for Daima Vegeta, but the fact that you can only get one and you have to do that 100 stone summon just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's like you have to, like, I know people already will have, but like people who like by summoning on that banner, it just tells them that they can do that again and just paywall like special equips for like release characters. It sucks. And the fact that you can only get one as well, so like even if you were like even implemented as like a pay wall or like pay to win thing, even the way they've implemented it sucks, because if you are a whale and you want the equips for like more than one character, tough, you can't. You literally can only do it once. It's so weird. Someone said this is good for the game. What? Who said that?
All right, let's do this.
It's good for them in terms of them trying to make more money, but in the worst way possible. Yeah, Big TX, how's it going? And yeah, when I don't have his Firework Vegeta. Yeah, that's the thing as well. If you're not missing any of the units, like Fireworks Vegeta isn't very good. Right. Excuse me. Yeah, I'd be so disappointed as well if I did that 100 stone summon and Vegeta was my guaranteed featured. Because, I mean, it's one of those things. I'd love to get another dupe of Slug or another dupe of Daima Vegeta and then get his equip. That'd be great. But I don't want to spend 100 stones.
Alright, let's do this.
If this banner was at any other time, it wouldn't be a bad banner to summon on. Well, yeah, exactly. Right before the Global Dokkan campaign. And yeah, none of those units are like absolute game changers in the current meta. They're still good, some of them. Like, I think Slug is still pretty good on the right team. Like, if he's got his links active, he can tank normals from some of the tough bosses still, like, easily enough. It's the fact that it's like when you get to the like real harder bosses now is where he's going to struggle, because he'll obviously die against big supers, but and Daima Vegeta can be okay in slot 1 with the right setup, especially on the rotation where he has the Anniversary Super Saiyan 4 Goku with all the extra defense and support, but so ready for these beastly LRs to drop, man. Because yeah, hopefully, as this is an anniversary level celebration, as they keep saying, hopefully this will be like, they'll be the best, you know, at least one of the units will be the best unit in the game. Although, like, how do you even make a unit that's better than Vegito? Like, in Broly, the trio, Tech Vegeta can still be good. I mean, there's so much HP. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Tech Saiyan Day Vegeta, like, takes a while to build up. So a lot of the new, more difficult content actually just hits too hard, like, early on. Like, even when the anniversary content was actually coming out, like was it Cell Max, like, Stage 2, was already, like, too difficult for Tech Saiyan Day Vegeta. Yeah, I'd like to be optimistic and say we might get those skill or treasure items from future missions, but they probably would have said that in the banner announcement. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that they didn't say it in the banner announcement because they want people to summon to get the thing. If they put in there, like, you can get these tickets at a later date, then a bunch of people who did summon wouldn't have bothered summoning because they know they can just get them later. Right? So yeah, it's kind of, in a way, it's almost counterproductive for them because they want people to think like, oh, well, I can only get these now, like if I summon on this banner. Whereas if they put in there, oh yeah, you can just get these later. But yeah, I mean, hopefully there is a way to get them a different way, or like another way to get them later on, because like I said, I would really like them. And even if I did the 100 stone summon, which I don't want to do, you only get it once, and I want them for multiple of the characters, which is also another thing. Like I said, is not only did they implement it, they haven't implemented it well, because surely if they're putting this in as like a way to get whales to spend money or to summon or whatever, like, make it so you can do it multiple times, because then the people who are, like, the big whales would potentially do it multiple times in order to get multiple of the tickets, right? To get the equips for more than one character. Yeah, I'm not sure. That is a possibility depending on the gacha like lore thing, but I don't think they are like required to say that they'll be coming back soon. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, and apparently we didn't get the Dragon Ore things this week because it's been like replaced by whatever the stone mission, like weekly stone mission thing for the countdown campaign is. I saw somebody say that that's like replaced that basically. Oh god. Well, we're starting off strong with our instant dodge or die slot 1 pan situation. Yeah, Anto, how's it going? Immediate dodge or die. That's the thing, I've said this before when we talk about like top grossing or like the amount of stones given out in a celebration overall and stuff like that. If we're not getting the Dragon Ores because we're getting a bunch of the other stuff like the missions for the extra stones and things like that, then as long as we get the same amount of stones at the end of the day, then it's fine. God. Yeah, I'm doing okay, thank you. Got a bit confused considering the Million Arena thing got extended because of the like not everyone getting their tickets on time and everything. So I thought the final was coming out this morning. Dodge for Geo. No.
All right, let's do this.
I don't really want to use Goku, but it's difficult enough getting the... I just can't get like a... Oh, you can't even super, bro. Let's do that. Gonna be interesting to see the results back to 2,530 stones. Nice. Yeah, well, I'm not sure if we'll see the arts on the second, because the second is going to be the announcement of the theme, I think. They might show the card arts. Or they might just show, like, a teaser or something. And then it'll be the Dokkan Now one that's on the 6th. Where they'll show, like, everything. Because they kind of have to, because the data download will be basically right after that. So if they don't show it there, it's all going to get spoiled by the data download anyway. I missed a Vegeta story Jiren with double tech UI. Let's see, frauded STR UI Goku. Of course. Dropping by for a bit before I go to sleep. We'll be leaving out of town in the afternoon for work. How's everyone doing? Hey, no worries, Blaze the Dragon. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, doing well. Hopefully having a good one as well. Jaren, how's it going? Yeah, Big TX Dragon Ore collecting won't be back until after the GDC. So
All right, let's do this.
Like I said, as long as we're still getting like the same amount of stones overall, then it's all good. I don't think this starting rotation is particularly great, is it? No. Unfortunately, Gotex gets multiple additionals, but I swear my limit breaker for Geo just doesn't dodge anymore. Oh, there you go. I say that so he dodges it normal, but he won't dodge this. Yeah. Ended up summoning on both bait banners, but the 100 stone version treated me better. No, Blazer Dragon, no. He fed into the corporate greed, so they'll do it again.
Alright, let's do this.
Over the course of the GDC Dragonstone weekly collection campaign, up to 196 stones. Yeah, I saw that. I was assuming that just meant everything, like all the missions and stuff. I didn't even think about the weekly, like the Dragon Ore things. But that's the thing, people will always focus on, like, what if we lose something, even if they add something in its place, and potentially something that's even better, people will only ever focus on the thing that got lost. So even if we get more stones overall than we would with the Dragon Ores and stuff, you'll only see people say, oh, we're not getting the Dragon Ores anymore. Like, still got the gift box stones for part 2 and missions. Yeah, Dokkan special day during the thing will be interesting. I feel like, oh, for God's sake, Pan. I wouldn't be surprised if there is no Dokkan Day during the celebration, because them giving out free tickets for the actual new, like, LRs would certainly be interesting. Yeah, each week the stones increase that refresh every Monday. So we're getting a decent, like, amount. Tech LR UI first dupe, Tech Vegeta second dupe, first copies of physical Piccolo, Vegeta and Slug. Nice. I mean, getting Slug from the banner is good. Like, Slug is good. And then I guess it just depends, like, who's, which of the special skill orbs that you got with the ticket. It's such a bad starting rotation. It's like I can only live on this turn if Vegito dodges the super. Like, no one else can go in slot 1. At least the seriously serious tickets should be safe. Oh yeah, that is a good point. Like, well, in theory, at the start of every month there should be the seriously serious event, but that will come out before the GDC starts. So I wonder what, like, tickets that will even have. Do another super. Yes. Yeah, because ideally we need to survive the first turn, because then we hit him with a bunch of attack lowering, and then Mechacabra's on the next turn, so we can heal. But the problem is we still always die to a super, if, like, regardless of how much we attack lower him. The only person on the entire team that can actually tank a super is Limit Breaker Vegito. Like, everyone else has to either dodge it or we just instantly die. Alright, well, hopefully that's enough. Hopefully, I don't think Serious has a set drop day. They just drop with the new Dokkan Fest. Might be confusing that with Special Day. Usually they drop on the 1st, don't they? Or maybe they've just, like, the last couple of releases have conveniently come out, like, at the right time. But yeah, I think usually it just releases with the new thing. Which means that could be another thing, like, we might not even get one. That would be so crazy as well, though, like, to have introduced, like, something so good, and then for, like, the GDC, which people are kind of... A lot of people are banking on... a lot of people are banking on the Global Dokkan campaign to be good, otherwise... I've seen a lot of people say, like, they're done with the game if the GDC isn't, like, a big success, because the game's been felt dry for quite a long time. There's been a few, like, not ideal, I guess you could say, business practices with, like, the way they've handled some of these, like, releases and stuff. So yeah, a lot of people just very disappointed with the game at the moment. And hopefully they can turn it around. But doing things like there not being a Dokkan Day, or there not being the Seriously Serious thing because of it and stuff like that, people would be very disappointed. Chose to grab the special orbs for Tech to UR Vegeta. Okay. Gets better use of his additionals. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Those skill orbs are really good. Like, they make those units significantly better. Like, I really want the Diamond Vegeta or the Slug ones, but yeah, I don't want to summon on the banner, so unfortunately it doesn't work like that. You have to do one or the other to get them, and I don't want to, so I want to have as many stones as possible for the start of the GDC. But yeah, it's not ideal. Okay, so let's do that, because it doesn't matter. Pad Super Ring's not really important. Doing damage is important, so we'll do that. We get a full heal. Do that. Can't say the game hasn't been dry for a while. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. I can imagine a lot of people did the 100 stone summon just because they haven't summoned on anything for ages. So they have, like, they do feel like they could spare the 100 stones. Especially for the reward actually being good. Like, oh, come on, really? Even with all of that attack lowering, she still takes 500k. Pan with her, like, full dodge can't get any higher than that dodge build. Bruh. HL Kid Goku from the first multi physical tile tickets, now STL LTN on the first guaranteed rotation. Damn. Yeah, that's a pretty good like run of luck, to be fair. Did I do the I don't think I did all of the things. I did get tempted by the 100 stone banner. I got my mini Vegeta up to 79%. Plus I already made the 100 stones back. I mean, that's the thing. They released it at a smart time because it is like, you know, they're giving out a lot of stones at the moment. So if you do choose to use 100 stones like right now, you will get them back like fairly quickly. No, I always look in the wrong. That's the category thing. Yeah, like these are the only characters that can be run on this stage that I actually need to have like get any link levels.
All right, let's do this.
I'll have 1,500 stones in 4 days. I mean, that's pretty good. Considering all the random units we put on the team, it's a pretty funny first rotation to have all of the Kale and Khalifa units. Level 10 link, take that. But yeah, I would just rather have the stones. Like, considering what my luck was like for part 1 of the anniversary, I'd rather just have the extra stones. Because like, the banner's almost certainly going to be 3+1. Having that extra 100 stones to get towards completing another like full rotation, I think is probably better. Might as well put the auto map on. But yeah, it does make me wonder, like I said at the earlier on in the stream, like if one of the new Global Dokkan campaign units is going to be the new best unit in the game, like how do they make a unit better than Vegito? I mean, I guess the big thing is that like it just has to be good on turn 1 rather than turn 5. At least I used the keys for the link leveling stages before to confirm changes. Yeah, when it dropped, they either cost 1 key or some of them even cost 0. And then they very quickly did a small data download to put it back to what it should be. So if you'd already done them, you got away with it, basically. I had not already done them. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that the keys are used for. So I suppose it's not really the end of the world to like use more of, to have to use more of them, because it's not like I'm using them for anything else. Khalifa guaranteed dodges. Permanent 90% damage reduction, stacks defense and attack when hit and while attacking, then supports enemies. Yeah, he's so good. He's so good. He automatically makes the enemy stronger and is still able to deal with anything that they can do. It's kind of funny. It can be better than Goku and Vegeta 100%. Vegeta, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. We need a new, like, one of the units needs to be like the new beast. Like, for the first like 5 or 6 turns, you can just put him in slot 1. Nothing in the game can kill him. Like, that's ideally what we need. It's crazy. I barely even need to do this. Like, half of these guys don't even need to actually be link leveled, because like, why am I going to link level? I didn't even realise I had an SA5 version of this Gogeta. Although he's also got 3 dupes in him, so I don't know what I was doing. Interesting. Imagine Goku transforms in Super Saiyan 3 and then standby for Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I feel like we could see the mini Goku first, especially because of that whole thing with the voice actor like retweeting the thing. Off topic, I wish they made the Heroes Red Zone available with challenge keys just for fun. So weird that they didn't return it last year. Yeah, they like the Heroes stuff was always so mishandled. Like, as much as I love the Heroes stuff, you guys know, like, I'm literally wearing the Heroes Agenda shirt, but like, some of it was just very mismanaged. They could have done so much stuff like better. We never got a Heroes like Super Battle Road stage, the Heroes Red Zone. Like, why did they not do, like they've done with all the other ones, why did the Heroes Red Zone not give a support memory that gives a permanent buff for, like, the Heroes team? Even though it does technically count as an item, like, we could use that to maybe make some of these stages that are now too difficult for the Heroes team. Maybe it would be doable if we had the permanent buff support memory, but... Say the same for Super Saiyan 2. Yeah, Super Saiyan 2 is a category that just, like, there is no point in even existing at this point. It's got what? It's got barely any characters in it, and most of them are old and don't really have any chance of being usable again. If we're being realistic. Getting link levels for all these characters that I'm either never going to use or just going to feed into other characters at some point. How much stones is one new unit with pity for a big celebration? 2k. It's 2.5, I think, but it's because it goes across all banners. So even in part 2, like the stones that you spent in part 1, like you're still building up the pity for the banner in part 2. Never going to remember that this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks exists and awaken him, or is he just going to stay as a random quest mode SSR for forever? Probably. At least get up to the Hearts fight, serve the title for low profile. Yeah, that is true as well, remember. It's 2.5k, but that's not including all of the bonus SSRs that you can trade in. Which is very useful for me, because all of those random unfeatured ones that you could potentially pull, apart from like a few of the banner units that I don't have, a large amount of the random SSRs that I could end up pulling from those banners I don't need, so we'll be able to get the extra things for. 23. Really? I can have 3 characters on my team. Only attempted by future Saga characters. Alright, well. I mean, I guess we have to put some other characters on the team just so we don't immediately die. Okay. Yeah, the limited ones are kind of funny when it's like you can only use certain category of characters and you don't really have any of those characters that need link leveling. Yo, Drace, how's it going? Exactly, the other Super Saiyan 3 units, so one of them have Super Saiyan 3 as a bonus leader skill rather than the primary ones. Red Purunga. I don't think anyone should expect them to do the everyone gets a free headliner again. Whilst it would be cool, I don't think we should expect it. It'll be a nice bonus if they do, but I feel like very much that was a super generous, like one time only 10th anniversary thing. If they do it again, then awesome, but watch your about to give us a Purunga wish and it's 1 stone. Well, the Purunga wish last time was 1 stone technically. It just got you an anniversary headliner, so it was the best single stone ever. Is Radiant Summer Banner worth summoning on? I would say no. The Global Dokkan campaign is going to start now in like, what, 11 days or something? And the banners will be 3+1, like 150 stones, and then you get one multi for free. Yeah, I wouldn't spend any stones on anything at this point until we get to that big celebration. The only thing is, if they do the Purunga wish again for the free unit, the only thing I guess you can argue is that it's because we're still in the 10th year and this is the first Global Dokkan campaign. But if they do it again for this celebration, I definitely wouldn't expect it again after that. But who knows? Maybe they start doing it with every anniversary and every Global Dokkan campaign, which would be insane. Like, that'd be so good. But that's why I don't expect it, because it's too good. Oh yeah, I saw a funny comment because I just saw Truth had put up a video of Diamond Vegeta with the special equips. It's funny because someone commented on my video about not summoning on the banner, saying that I'm the only video that they saw of someone saying don't summon on the banner who then didn't actually summon themselves. Because I haven't seen everyone else's videos on it, but I imagine that is basically what everyone else did. They're like, you guys shouldn't summon on this banner, and then they summoned on it, because they obviously want those special equips, which, so do I, but I don't want to summon on that horrible banner. But yeah, Global Dokkan campaign, this is the countdown celebration to the Global Dokkan campaign, which starts on like the 7th of July, and it is basically an anniversary level celebration. So like the units that come out are going to be some of the new best units in the game, so it's absolutely worth just waiting until then. Oh wow, okay, so some of these characters actually, although a bunch of these are like random extra copies of units and don't need to be link leveled. Do any of them have all types leads? That'd be helpful. Hybrid Saiyans. I mean, not that it really matters. It's not like the stage is hard enough. They're Hybrid Saiyans. Where was that in Trunks? There. It's not acquired, so if we go down, we can see the oldest units. I never link leveled this Gohan. Apparently I started at some point because he has some links that are higher than 1. She's not a Hybrid Saiyan with a chucker on there. Why not? Is STR cooler and Tech Bird Coup going to easy A during the Global Dokkan campaign? I mean, we don't know for sure, but I definitely think they could. That would be very cool if they did. In fact, I should make a post because... right, so... Global Dokkan campaign... Because, yeah, I want to do a video about the whole, like, new best unit in the game problem. Or, like, not a problem specifically, but, like, how do they do this kind of thing. So I might make a post to get some feedback from everyone to see what they think. So, Global Dokkan campaign is an anniversary level celebration. And with those, we often expect at least one of the new units to be the new best unit in the game. But how do they even make a unit better than Vegito? How would they balance it? What do you guys think? Alright. And then I'll just put a Super Vegito GIF. And then we'll put the link to that in the chat. Because I'll make that video a little bit later on. So... Alright, but there's the link in the chat. So if you want to comment over on that post, let me know your thoughts on how they would make a new best unit in the game. Like a unit that is better than Vegito. And how they would balance that kind of unit. Because imagine, like, if they just released a unit that was as good as Tech Vegito on turn 1. Like, that would be... I know it's a PvE game, but, like, the balance, that would be too good. Like, there'd be no point in ever running any other unit or, like, any other team. Because that would be insane. But yeah, Super Saiyan 3, I definitely agree with Super Saiyan 3 getting better, like, things. Because Super Saiyan 3 is my favourite form. So... we need better buffs, better team. The best way to do a Super Saiyan 3 lead as well is just to have like Power Beyond Super Saiyan be the main 170 lead, and then Super Saiyan 3 be like the plus 30%, because then it covers, or plus 50% now, because then that will automatically cover all Super Saiyan 3 characters. Whereas if you make it Super Saiyan 3 and the plus 50% is Power Beyond Super Saiyan, it still covers all Super Saiyan 3 characters, but it makes the leader skill massively limited because the Super Saiyan 3 category is so small. Well, we've got a couple of level 10 links off of those. But yeah, shout out to everyone who's out for the stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me put this in the group chat as well. So, can I get some tweets and your guys' thoughts on this, please? There we go. Okay, is that it for those? Oh no, we still got another one. This guy's got to be, he's got a couple of level 10 links. He must be getting close to, okay, still got 2 9s. I mean, the link level, these link level key like stages definitely do give you some speedy level ups. Like a lot of these characters, when I put them on here, were like level 1 links, and now they're all at like 6 and 7s, which is pretty good. Great, do that. Nice, Vegeta Junior. I didn't put him on my link, my main. He was been on my main link level team, but I didn't put him on there that long ago. What's the stage or event I liked the most? What, in just in general? I mean, obviously, it always used to be Super Battle Road, right? That was kind of what I built my channel around, and I just loved that event so much. I don't know why, because it was like, even getting the no item runs, it was very RNG. Like, you know, if you get slot 1 supered, you're just dead without an item active for the most part, especially when the stages were actually difficult. But I always really enjoyed that. The stage that I've always thought was kind of fun, although the design of it was a bit weird at first, but I've always really liked the Metal Cooler Core Red Zone stage. I think it's interesting having the setup where it's like the first stage is invincible.
Alright, let's do this.
Right down my reply to the tweet. Hey, nice. Shout out to Drace. Oh yeah, I mentioned it because obviously I did the video yesterday, but what did you guys pick for your Dokkan chance, like, balls? I'm very interested to know who's like played it safe and who's gone all in, and like I'm very intrigued. I have a tech UI on my friends list that's built full crit. I mean, why not? All of them. Oh, you got one of each, right? Yeah, I went the play it safe route as well. Although someone commented something that I didn't actually think about, which I didn't think was the case, but maybe it is. Apparently, because it says they're going to pick 2 winning things, someone said in the comments, which I don't know how true this is, that they could pick the same one twice. So, like, they're going to pick 1 to 7, and then I guess put that one back in, and then pick again. So they could pick the same one twice, technically. Which obviously, that would be... I don't think that is the case, because if they pick the same one twice, and it's the one you picked all 7 of your things for, you would get 210 stones in total, but the thing does say you can win a max of like up to 105 stones. So I don't think that is the case. As I was saying in the video, like if you pick 1 of each, you're guaranteed 30 stones, right? Because they're going to pick 2 balls out, and you will have those 2 because you have all 7. But yeah, someone was trying to say they could pick the same one twice, which I don't know if that's true. Hopefully not, otherwise that makes the strategy nowhere near as good for the picking out each one. I mean, it's very unlikely that they would pick the same one twice, but you never know. RNG do be RNG at the end of the day. Yeah, Prof is convinced that it's all rigged and that the numbers are going to be 4 and 7. Because that has something to do with something, I can't remember. 4, oh yeah, 4 being the most important, like the 4-star Dragon Ball. And then 7 got something to do with this. 7 is the number of dragons there are, and it's like Legend's 7th anniversary and other stuff. I picked 7 4 times, 5 twice, and then 1. Well, Drace, I'm rooting for you. Imagine if they pick 7 and 5. That would be a cool 90 stones right there. I picked every number, yeah. TX. I think that's the best like safe way to go, because if you don't pick certain ones and then those are the ones that get picked, then I think you're gonna start off the Global Dokkan campaign like disappointed because you didn't win some free stones. Whereas at least if you pick one of each, then at least you know you're getting something, right? And because we're going to get that, they're drawing them on that Dokkan Now thing, which is the stream that's like the day before the banners come out. Well, the day before the celebration officially starts, which is, obviously we know from previous anniversaries and stuff, sometimes the banners don't actually come out like on the first day. So we might still technically have to wait. But yeah, I like the design of this Metal Cooler Core Red Zone, where it's like, the first phase you just have to survive for 3 turns. Like, the enemy has too much HP. Although, it would be interesting. I wonder if we made a team with, like, the 7-year LR EZAs and stuff, I wonder if we could actually kill him. By just bringing, like, the hardest hitting characters, like, on the team. It'd be interesting to see. 4 is not really a lucky number. Oh, that is true, actually. I've played these games before. I'm not taking any chances. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I'd rather win a few free stones than take that gamble and get nothing. Like, right, going into the anniversary. GT Goku. Mike killed Metal Cooler Core. Oh yeah, I forgot he seals, doesn't he? So like, Trunks is actually in real trouble because Trunks only gets his defense when he super attacks, so we might actually just die here anyway because Trunks can't super. Alright, no worries, Blazer Dragon, take it easy. Hope you have a good one. If they pick the same number twice, there's no arguing. I mean, they can happen though. Like, it's rare, but like you can do the experiment yourself, right? Like if you get 7, I don't know, you can just put the numbers 1 to 7 on 7 little pieces of paper and put them in a hat or something. Like it is possible if you put the same one back in and then like jumble them around. Like, it is possible to pick the same one twice. It's just got a much lower percentage chance. Oh, he's going to super Trunks, isn't he? I went all in on 4 for Grandpa Gohan. Yeah, the lucky number, the 4-star Dragon Ball. Although someone did make a very good point that I completely forgot. The fact that 4 is an unlucky number in Japan. That's why, like, isn't it Mista doesn't like number 4 in JoJo Part 5? Because, yeah, 4 is an unlucky number. But again, that's like, you know, I don't think it is rigged, so it doesn't really matter which number you pick. It's a 1 in 49 chance. If there's any celebration with GT this year, I hope / cope for a free-to-play units of the Shadow Dragons like the Ginyu Force and Team Bardock. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, unsurprisingly, the Heroes team with the new units is able to beat the couple of years old Red Zone stage. But yeah, I do like the design of the Metal Cooler Core Red Zone. But yeah, let me think. What is the like hardest hitting team? Because we probably would have you as the leader, so all the fusions get the full leader skill. You and you. I mean, we could just put you on the team for the support and then... and then just throw them on there. Well, it depends on like the starting rotations and stuff, though. Yeah, so we've got like the worst starting rotation possible. Because yeah, we need to have at least one of the 7 years on turn 1 and then the other one on turn 2, just so they actually get to appear more than once. And ideally it'd be the Super Saiyan 4s on turn 1. Because they've got type advantage. Like that. Let's see. Probably be like the last anniversary celebration, start on the 7th and then Manners drop on the 9th. I'm hoping that that's not the case though. Like hopefully they just drop on day 1, because there's nothing more disappointing than having like a big hype celebration like that start and then the banners don't come out on the first day. So the big hype celebration starts and you've still got to wait another day or 2 for the new units. So hopefully they don't do that. I mean, they can do a lot of damage, but... I mean, they are still going. I was going to say, at this rate, we won't do enough to be able to kill him, but... You can't transform that early, though. Could you imagine if we could transform into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Because these guys can do multiple supers. Imagine we transformed into Gogeta and they were supering like 3 times in the first slot and he just counters like 3 supers. Yeah, the 2 bars in 1 turn. That's probably not going to be enough. Oh man, really? that, I guess, just so that we can actually get key for the gods. I can't imagine we need to worry about Goku in slot 1 in this event anyway. But yeah, Prof, how's it going? How you doing over there? Tala, how mad people going to be when in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Easy A is worse than or equal to King Yu? Oh boy. Oh boy. Yo, Meta, or Mate, is it Meta? X in the chat over on the Twitch side. English only in the chat if you can, please. I don't speak any other languages. Something about, I can only guess, is 1300 stones sufficient for... I would say on average, when it comes to big celebrations and like new characters, you probably... I always try and would expect nothing crazier than like... If you get the unit, if you get the new unit in 1,000 stones, I would say that that's good. Could definitely be much better, but like 500 to 750 stones I would still consider like relatively lucky for pulling a new unit. Well, that's the 3+1 rotation, so like I'd say 600 stones, that's 4 3+1 rotations. If you pull the new unit in that, like 4 rotations, 600 stones, I would say that's pretty good. So on that kind of average, you would yeah, so that's alright, no worries, it's all good. So yeah, the 1300 stones, I would say if your luck is good, like, and it matches up to the what I would consider to be sort of the average, for 1300 stones you should hopefully be able to get 2 of the new characters. But obviously it's nothing is ever guaranteed, unfortunately. Yeah, sadly, as I say, we're not going to do enough damage to actually kill, but... It was a good effort, but... Gogeta will be better trust. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. He is on a lot of good teams. He's a very basic unit. Like, he's just stats on a stick and super attack countering. But you know, when in the meta he released in, that was fine. Whereas now, it's really not like enough. He needs to have some sort of like damage reduction or something maybe. Because yeah, otherwise he's just really not going to be all that. If I get one, should I go for the second copy? No, I would say, especially in part 1, if you pull the unit, like one of the new units, I would try and get the second one. I guess it just depends on who they are, because you might not like one of them, or depending on what their lead is and what kind of unit they are, you might not feel like you necessarily need them. Like if, say, we get Goma and he is just a Carnival Demonic Power leader, I think that's going to be disappointing for a lot of people. Even though Demonic Power is a great team, so obviously having a 220% lead for it would be pretty cool. But I think a lot of people would be disappointed by that. I'm going to leave the Vegeta there because then we can just use the Gogeta. If we even get another turn here, we can just use the Gogeta fusion. Yeah, Big Owl, how's it going? Yeah, exactly. Like units like Tech Vegeta, as long as you've got one copy, you don't really need to worry about dupes, and then you could get the other characters if you wanted. So I guess it just depends how good the units are. And of course you have to remember that you don't want to go too crazy in part 1 and use all your stones, because even though we will get a decent amount of stones during the celebration, you know, there's going to be a part 2. So you don't want to use all of your stones. He'd just be the third demonic power leader. At least he'd be another option. But that's the thing. It's like if he was just demonic power 220, even if he was really good, but then let's say you have Glorio, then like I feel like you're not going to be super inspired to summon for him, because I'm just hoping we get Kid Buu finally. Yeah, I don't know, because we don't know who the units are going to be. That's going to be announced in a live stream on the 6th. The actual full theme of the celebration is going to be officially announced on a stream on the 2nd, which at this point a lot of signs point towards Daima. We don't know 100% yet, but I'm still riding the it's going to be Daima train, but we'll see. He won't be stacking, and he has an 8-turn passive buff, so we may be dropping 2 50 mil crits turn 1, maybe 4 million defense, guard, and 40% damage reduction, but by turn 10, half that. Yeah, I'm hoping that they don't make it so that he just drops off. Like, ideally, you make it so that the first couple of turns he's really powerful. What would be really good, actually, is make it so that he's really strong in the first couple of turns in terms of like attack power, and obviously he is quite tanky. And then once you get to that like 10 turns or whatever it is, just make him gain a bunch of defense. So even if he becomes not a crazy powerhouse attacking unit, like after those 10 turns he loses a lot of his attack potential, but just make it so that he's still really tanky. I feel like that would be really good. Glorio is slot locked, that's true. Slug needs demonic power units. Yeah, I mean, there's just, I mean, again, like, he could be just a demonic power leader, but still be really, really good. Imagine if it's Diamond and Boo Saga and we finally get LR Kid Boo, but he's Prime Battle LRTN level. I feel like after all the years of memes, as much as I don't want that to happen, I do feel like that would be like the funniest outcome. Is that we finally get an LR Kid Boo and he's just absolutely terrible. I still think GDC is Daima plus GT. I mean, I would like that as long as the headliner is like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, or even reversible exchange Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. We haven't had a standalone Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta since the 4th anniversary. We should just do Prof's idea from ages ago and just make a Dokkan original full power Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Because obviously that's something that we never actually got. But yeah, El Matador Pikachu, how's it going? The new banner. There's a banner up at the moment that's just got the like summer Dokkan Fest thing. This came out, was it yesterday or the day before? Don't summon on that. The Global Dokkan campaign with the new big units and everything comes out, well, the celebration starts on the 7th, but we don't know exactly when the banner's going to come out, hopefully on the first day. But yeah, I would say it's not worth summoning, because like, none of the units on there are particularly like game breaking anymore. And it's just that the banner's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, right? Because of this ticket. You can only get this ticket by doing this 100 stone multi, and it gives you skill orbs for a couple of units that makes them significantly better. Which a lot of people think is a kind of scummy move, to have them locked like that. And you can only get it once, which is really annoying. The next big banner should be, like I said, it should be the 7th. because the celebration, the global Dokkan campaign starts on the 7th of July, which is being advertised as an anniversary level celebration. So how do you get, are these, should they be by acquired? Rumored Fighter, first edition semi-finals. Well, they're not even the cool ones. I'm not even sure what some of these are for. How upset are you going to be if new Kid and Adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku's not on Giant 8 Power? Very upset, considering that they... I feel like that would have been a massive fumble on their part, making... Like, if they don't make him Giant 8 Power, that on its own is not necessarily a fumble. But then it feels like, why did they make the Super Saiyan 4 Goku from the anniversary? Like, why did they make him a Giant 8 Power leader if the Daima Goku wasn't going to be on Giant 8 Power? And then that makes that decision feel really stupid. Because yeah, I mean, I feel like he should be, even though there is no Giant Ape transformation or anything like that. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 has that sort of legacy. He's got the, you know, he's covered in fur. He's got a tail. Like, the idea of not putting him on Giant Ape Power just because there isn't a Giant Ape transformation, like, in between the transforming, like, I don't know. I just feel like that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because at the heart of it, even if he doesn't transform into a giant ape to transform, at the heart of it, the transformation is Giant Ape Power. Like, and if they release a Super Saiyan 4 category, that's just like a category that has 10 characters on it. What's the point of that? It just like gums up one of his 170 leads, being a category that's completely pointless. And then you have to give him Power Beyond Super Saiyan as one of his, as the plus 50%, so that then at least all of the Super Saiyan 4 characters will be on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have a category set up where like all of the Super Saiyan 4s, including all of the Heroes characters, could be on it. But like, adding a Super Saiyan 4 category, it's just going to be like the Super Saiyan 2 and 3 categories all over again, where they barely ever get updated and they have like 10 characters on them. Doesn't the giant ape show up when he does the Kamehameha? I don't actually remember that. Is it for the kid one or the adult one? I can always have a look. I think new banner units. Yeah, the new units should be LRs, yeah. Yeah, literally the Global Dokkan campaign, because it's what would have been Global's anniversary. So they're now doing 2 celebrations a year that are essentially anniversary level. So they're kind of celebrating Global's anniversary and JP's anniversary as 2 separate celebrations, which is cool. So they should be the same sort of format where we get like a Carnival LR and a Dokkan Fest LR in part 1, and then a Carnival LR and a Dokkan Fest LR in part 2. I don't think it will be like the 11th anniversary where we get 6 new characters. I think it will only be 4. But obviously that's still a good increase. Yeah, definitely worth not spending. I would say definitely worth not spending any stones like from now until that celebration starts. You know, apathy has it going. I disagree. I don't know what it is, but I'm a protest. We're talking about whether the GT Goku is going to be on Giant 8 Power or not. But But yeah, shout out to everyone who's in the stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, hit the follow if you're over on the Twitch side. Yeah, JP will get it as well because everything is synced now, right? So everything comes out on both versions at the same time. It just means both versions are now celebrating each other's like anniversary, essentially. A lot of other gacha games do this where they have like a half-year anniversary. So Dokkan is kind of like... It's basically like Dokkan is doing that now, but the reason for having the like half anniversary is that it's just the global anniversary. So it's like JP anniversary at the end of January, global anniversary at the beginning of July. Both versions celebrate both. They're equally spread out by about 6 months, which kind of works for, especially if you're like free to play and you're saving your stones for the big celebrations. The fact that they are exactly 6 months apart, or at least close enough to being exactly 6 months apart, is pretty good. Instructions unclear, spend 300 stones. I mean... I guess what you could do, the 100 stones summoned, 50 stones on the other version, and then you'd have to do what, 3 multis on like TN's banner or something. If the entire celebration is Daima, I'm expecting the part 1 Dokkan Fest to be Goma and mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku as Carnival, 220 for Miraculous Awakening. Yeah, that makes sense. And then part 2 being adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, I guess. Majin Ku and Majin Du reversible exchange would be pretty funny. But yeah, I think if we get mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku in part 1, I think there's a chance that we still get like the adult one in part 2. Because that's the only problem. If there's not, I don't know if there's going to be enough like, there's not enough big ticket hype characters to have like 4 LRs for Daima. Unless we use both kid and adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I think. And then, yeah, Tanabata's after the Global Dokkan campaign. That's in, like, September. So you basically get August to recoup, which is not a lot, obviously, because it will just be a filler celebration. And then it's the Tanabata. I'd want Ku and Du to be part 1 instead of Goma. Yeah, I know. I think that would make sense, but I guess it depends. Like, they have... changed it up here and there over the years, but usually they try and do like the most hype in part 1. Obviously they didn't do that with the 9th anniversary when they dropped Beast in part 2 as the best unit in the game as well, which is kind of crazy. Call me negative, I think Kid Super Saiyan 4 Goku is going to be worse than Tao. No, I mean, hopefully not, right? But I think I'm on the same sort of mindset now as a lot of people where I don't think they should have done it that way at all. But I feel like some of the releases of this year have been like phoned in because maybe because they were saving all of their like crazy designs and like actual good kit character design for the Global Dokkan campaign characters. So I would be very, very surprised if they're not good. I mean, Tao is really good. I mean, just by saying he's going to be worse than Tao doesn't necessarily mean he's bad, because Tao's really good, but I don't think they'll have a random Dokkan Fest come out before the Global Dokkan campaign and then be better than the Global Dokkan campaign headliner, like LR. That would be insane. It'd be kind of funny, but yeah, I don't see that happening. This Toa's had like one link for, it feels like months now. GDC is quad Raditz. It's like Raditz, Hero Super Saiyan 3 Raditz. Trying to think of what other combos we could get of Raditz. ROF, What If, Blue Raditz. Yeah, the tech Raditz sub EZA. Because it's a shame that we're kind of wrapping up with the... Like, Super Battle Road just feels like it's not going to be a thing for much longer. Now, once they get through some more of these categories that we've got left, I feel like they're just going to... I actually genuinely wouldn't be surprised if, like, we get a couple more normal Super Battle Road stages, because we haven't even had one for ages. Then when the ESBR stages catch up to where we are with the normal Super Battle Road, I wouldn't be surprised if they just stop doing it, like... Because they're not putting any effort into it. Like, the stages aren't difficult. Even to do with no items, which means for most players who don't care about no items, the stages are super, super easy. Because, like, Super Battle Road with 8 items available. 8 items for 3 fights. So at a bare minimum, you've got 2 items per fight, and then you've still got 2 spare ones. Like... This is one of the things when I was trying to give people advice before on, like, Super Battle Road strategy and stuff, is a lot of people will be like, oh no, I don't want to use an item on turn 1, because if turn 1 goes badly and I need to restart, then I've already used an item. Whereas, like, if you actually, when you jump in, like, if you use a damage reduction like a Whis or an Icarus or something, not Icarus, no wait, yeah, it is Icarus, isn't it? If you use a damage reduction on turn 1, then you're pretty much safe for turn 1 and turn 2. And then that sets you up, and depending on how much damage you do, or whether you can stun or seal, like, then when you get to turn 3, you've either already killed one of the enemies, or you've attack lowered them, or you've stunned somebody, and then potentially you don't even need to use another item. So that's why I would say, like, a lot of people used to be hesitant about using items on turn 1, but actually the better strategy was just to use one on turn 1. And of course, yeah, nowadays we have the support memory as well, which is practically an item in itself. And whilst they're not good for the longer fights, there's a lot of those support memories that give you a buff for like 2 turns or 3 turns or something. Those are the really good ones for Super Battle Road. If Raditz had Super Saiyan 4, would all of his hair grow longer than the regular Super Saiyan 4? Would he look like an orangutan? I've actually never seen... Well, actually, no. Have I seen it before? There must be... We've got to have fan art of a Super Saiyan 4 Raditz. Yeah, most of them... Okay, yeah, he's got slightly longer hair, I guess, in some of these, but... I mean, some of these actually look awesome. Still has all the armor, because I mean, he largely does need it. It's like with Bardock. I don't like it when they do Super Saiyan 3 or like Super Saiyan 4 Bardock and he doesn't have the armor, because then obviously it just looks too much like Goku. B-Pan Super EZA. I mean, that could be interesting. Like, we know that they are doing free-to-play LR Super EZAs slowly but surely. Yeah. Yeah, the second picture, if you Google image search Super Saiyan 4 Raditz, one of the pictures is a picture of Super Saiyan 4 Raditz and Super Saiyan 4 Farmer with a shotgun. The ultimate epic combo. Alright, well, we'll be wrapping up the stream here in a minute. As like I say, I've got a appointment I need to go to. Oh, I didn't mean to. Okay, I'll just do it. Okay, we've got a couple of people. It's quite good, actually, because both Truth and Goresh replied to that tweet, so that will give that a ton more visibility. Do you know why we didn't get Super Saiyan 4 Trunks in Heroes? Yeah, we've talked about this before. Supposedly, I don't actually know 100% like how true this is, But supposedly the reason why Trunks got God and not Super Saiyan 4 is because they couldn't decide what colour his hair should be. Like, it's just that, it's literally that simple. Because his hair, obviously, every other character that has Super Saiyan 4 has black hair. Like, if you think about Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Bardock, Broly, like, in base, they all have black hair. Whereas Trunks has, like, the silvery grey or blue, depending on which version. So they couldn't decide, like, how to do his hair. Because, obviously, it would look... I mean, it looks... Super Saiyan 4 looks kind of weird in general anyway with the colour scheme. As much as it looks cool. Like, so would he have, like, pink fur but still have, like, silver hair? Or, like, how would they do it? And so, basically, supposedly, the reason is they couldn't decide, so they just gave him God instead. And, like, if you Google Super Saiyan 4 Trunks, like, some people have made some fan art of it, and some of it, like, some of it's cool, some of it's weird. But yeah, apparently they just couldn't decide how they wanted to do it, so they just gave him God instead, because then all they had to do was make his base form hair red. Which is a shame, because as much as I didn't like the initial, like, design that they did for God Trunks with the weird hair that he has in, like, the Dokkan version, the cool thing about Trunks getting God is that we should, and obviously Heroes ended before then, so we didn't, we should have eventually seen Super Saiyan Blue Trunks, which would have been awesome, because it would have been Trunks' Super Saiyan hair, like, style, but blue, instead of yellow. And that would have been awesome. If it was me, I'd just give him black hair. Yeah, his hair just becomes black, like, for no reason.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, let me put that. I'll put the link in the chat again. What was the other thing I was saying I was going to do? I can't remember now. So we got that. How do they make a unit better than Vegito? What was the other thing? Trunks got Super Saiyan God in the Demon Realm saga. Heroes ended with the Demon Invader saga. 6 sagas after his release. Oh god. Oh yeah, I meant to say, Drace, for your earlier comment about Liza P. I was worried about that as well. Like if I got the DLC, having to get the hang of the controls all over again. But it's one of those things, like, I played it, as I've said before, right? Like, I played it because it was on Game Pass, so I got to play it for free. And obviously now, because it's not on Game Pass anymore, if I want to play the DLC, I have to buy the DLC, but I also have to buy the full game again. Khan spent more time being trained or having his power woken by gods than get God form. The only 2 reoccurring people who actually unlocked new forms were Super Timeline Goku and Vegeta. Yeah, because Goku got that weird, like, Super Saiyan Berserk thing, right? And then Vegeta got the blue Berserk controlled. Obviously, we did get the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s as well, which is cool.
Let's do this.
The double Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Dragon Fist versus the Dark Janemba would have been super cool. God, imagine now, like, if they actually, because they never gave the Heroes units the really cool mechanics. Like, we never got a Revive Heroes unit, we never got a Domain. Like, imagine if they had actually given them the up-to-date, like, big year mechanics, and then Heroes hadn't gone away. So then the headliner for this year could be, like, a reversible exchange Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. Like, man, that would have been so good. Or they could have done, because obviously they did it as the active skill for the Universe Tree Goku. Imagine a reversible exchange, Heroes Blue Goku and Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Man, That could have been so good. Yeah, the universe tree thing is another one as well. That is true. But yeah, it's just like so disappointing. There were so many more things that we could have got or that we could have seen from Heroes. It does make me very much wonder what we're going to see in November instead. But that's for Dokkan 2. All my heroes exchange unit as Limit Breaker, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and Blue Evolution Gogeta. Yeah, that would have been insane. That would be so good. Because imagine their intro being like the GT Limit Breaker Goku and Vegeta doing the fusion dance to become Limit Breaker Gogeta, and then you see like the main timeline, like Capsule Corp, Goku and Vegeta are like,
let's do this.
It's just like it's they're watching, like they watch them fuse, and then they're just like, hell yeah, like we should fuse too, and then they fuse into Blue Evolution Gogeta, and that's like the intro, and then yeah, the reversible exchange is just the two Gogetas. And their active skill could be like, one of their active skills could be the two of them together doing like the double Dragon Fist, and it does massive damage. And then the other one could just be some sort of like permanent buff thing or something, or like big support buff, or I don't know. That's the weird thing about balancing reversible exchange active skills, is that we notice for the most part now, it's like they both have one. And how do you balance them? Like Caulifla's is she buffs the whole team. Kale's one is she massively buffs herself. So that's like one way of doing it. But yeah, be interesting to see how they do that going forwards, because obviously like with certain typings, like we would expect, or like depending on who the character choices are, with certain selections we would obviously expect one of the reversible exchange abilities to be a fusion, depending on like who the characters are. But obviously it's not always going to be that. Right, well anyway, like I say, I'm going to end the stream a little bit earlier, so we're going to wrap that up here for today. Make sure you go check out that tweet. I put the link in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on what we could expect in terms of the Global Dokkan campaign headliners. Like, how do they make a unit that is better than Vegito while still keeping it somewhat balanced and not going so absolutely crazy that he's just hands down, you must have this unit or you can't play the game anymore. Because that's ideally not what we want, right? But yeah, go check that out. Let me know what you guys think. There's no late stream tonight. We'll be back for the next stream. Will be Dokkan late stream tomorrow for the normal Friday night like chill Dokkan stream. So that's going to be it from me. I appreciate you all coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.